Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you saw the last video, then you saw we were getting ready for Klutch Kickers, which is this weekend. It is now Thursday. We're getting the family and everything loaded up into the trailer so we can start heading down south to Bradenton. Now we have our Airbnb from Thursday to Monday, so there's gonna be no rush on this trip. We get to go down, we're gonna relax, maybe do some fishing, play around a little bit, and just have a no stress weekend, so minus the competition itself. But I'm still gonna just treat it like it's nothing. I have a hard time just relaxing when it comes to competition and just calming down and treating it like a normal day, but I can't help it. So I'm really excited for this weekend. Hopefully it goes well, but either way, I'm just going to have some fun, so we'll take what we can get. But I am going to finish getting ready here. We'll get the family loaded up into the car and we'll get heading down south. Alright guys, so here's the scoop. I got caught up, I didn't really record any of it. We were going down this skinny little side road that the trailer could barely fit on and creamed a pothole. And we ended up snapping a leaf spring in half. Right in half. But luckily 20 minutes in town, Trailer Supply's got a brand new one. Alright, we got the new leaf spring in. We're looking at this tire right before we put it back on, and this thing is about to blow out. I think we saw it. Alright, well that was an eventful trip. We made it to the Airbnb. What was supposed to only be 3.5 hours was about 8 or 9 hours. We had the leaf spring snap. We got lucky and ended up driving only 20 minutes into town and found one that was brand new. We got that replaced. Got within 15 minutes of the Freedom Factory and had a tire blowout, and luckily we had a spare. But like I showed you, that spare already looked like it was about to blow too. But it got us here. Hopefully it can just hold off overnight and we'll get to the track in the morning. Alright guys, we made it out here. We're just sitting waiting for tech. People are starting to load in. It's a little chilly this morning, but it'll warm up soon. Alright, well, walking the track, there's definitely a lot more rubber on the ground than the last time we were out here for round one. Still probably going to be slick. They're running the same layout as round two, except the last corner is going to be an outer zone instead of an inner clip. But this entry looks pretty sweet. There's a little dip here. Alright, so tech went good. We're just hanging out. We just did a driver's meeting. We're just waiting to go out to the track. Car's good to go. Beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. Ready to roll. practice went very well and just did laps all day. We dropped the tire pressure down to like 10 PSI and it made the world of difference. The car was super gripped up. We were running people's doors pretty well. They're pretty much done now, so we were ice skating the last couple laps, but I don't want to kill any more tires till tomorrow. So very successful practice day. We'll head on home and relax. It's only 6 o'clock now, and get back out here tomorrow, and we'll have a little bit more practice and qualifying a top 64. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see how it goes. Is over. We got a ton of runs. It went really well. I'm trying to time outer zone 1 coming off of the little hump for initiation just right. I keep going super shallow on the first zone, but either way, car's good, feeling solid. We'll just hope it goes real well. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, not get in my head. We have qualifying here in a couple hours, so I'm gonna hang out, watch some of the other run groups. I just patiently wait to do some qualifying. All right, we're about to go out for qualifying. We are 14th down the list. So we're just waiting for some of these guys to go, and it'll be our turn.
Next up is Brian Sturman in our first E30 of the day, making his way down the straight, flicking a nice aggressive initiation, getting deep in that first outside zone. Yeah, really playing dangerous there, almost at the edge of that first outer zone, but doing a good job holding together. Doesn't look like he dropped a tire. Now he's making his way through that second outside zone. Good angle, good smoke, good speed. Looked like right on the outer edge. Good job, Brian Sturman, so far as he makes his way through that final outer zone.
Whoa.
Taking out one cone, but getting nice and deep into that outer zone. Good job.
One thing that can be knocked from his run is just the way how he carried himself through outer zone 1. It just seemed like he just got a little bit too much angle going into midway through the course, and it kind of just prompted him to actually just dive in, fall in, and didn't maintain that nice smooth outer edge run throughout that section. But everything else for the most part was great. He did knock out that marker through outer zone number 3, but as we take a look back in another section, another angle from this run, see here, it doesn't look as bad, but you saw that he didn't carry that rear tire throughout that outer edge.
Yeah. Now, we did talk to Jeremy Lowe. Jeremy Lowe said he was more concerned with the rear bumper being over the edge of the track. It looked like Brian was able to be able to accomplish that.
Well, I don't know. He doesn't have a bumper.
Oh, he does have a bumper. That's a good point.
Oh, well, we have another a new top contender, a 73.
All right, Brian Sturman walking away with a 73 on his first qualifying run. Looks like he may have just secured his spot in later's top 64 competition. 73 for Brian Sturman's first run.
All right, so qualifying run wasn't the best, but we got a 73, which is good. I really just wanted at least a 70 or more. We're in second place in the points out of at least half, if not more than half the field right now. So yeah, I'm happy with it, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. All right, so we're about to go out for our first battle. We are battling Zadara. She's a stunt driver who's been drifting for a little while in a LS 350Z. So we're gonna go out there and give it hell. Hope it works in our favor. Well, as you see, the sun's down now. I guess someone's nitrous exploded in the pits and a couple people got pretty badly burnt. So we've been sitting here for quite a while, but we're all having a good time. So right here, I'm really trying to warm up my tires. As I said, we're sitting on track for quite a while, probably about an hour to an hour and a half, and temperature had dropped pretty dramatically. So I knew grip was gonna be a problem. We're already down at like 9 or 10 PSI in the tires, so I was really trying to pump them up as much as I could before the battle.
Brian Sturman qualifying 20th, doing a good job this round. He's going to lead first, and Zendara Kennedy qualified 45th. She's going to be giving chase. Zendara Kennedy, actual her profession is a stunt driver, so you've seen her stunt driving in many movies like The Adam Project. So it's exciting to see her to make that transition from a professional stunt woman over into a competitive drifting. So that's great to see. And Brian Sturman out front. Both drivers making their way down the track. Brian Sturman going to try to put some gap on Zendara. Both drivers attacking that first outside zone. Brian Sturman pretty inside that first outside zone. Would have been nice to see him a little wider, but Zendara right there with him. Both drivers attacking that second outside zone as they make their way through that second outside zone. Brian Sturman a little shallow there. Zendara Kennedy almost right there with them, but still not as close as she needs to be. Both drivers not giving the best performance. I think I've seen they did better a little bit in practice, which, as you mentioned, the track conditions are changing.
Right, and I think the biggest fault of Sandara's run was what happened in the going past center flip number 1. So you see here, as you mentioned, Brian Sturman just falls inside of outer zone number 1. But as you see, that Sandara just hung on to that angle, and that allowed Brian Sturman to increase the distance between him and Sandara. And just, Sandara just having to play catch up from that point forward.
Should have been, once again, we mentioned, as the track conditions change, a lot of time when the track gets colder, actually gets grippier. So you're going to see a lot of these guys, they may not be as deep as they were earlier on in a day, and getting the extra traction, causing them to dive shallow in these outer zones. But here we go. The light is off, and both drivers making their way down the straight. Zindara out front, Brian Sturman behind. He's about a couple car lengths behind, needs to close that gap. Zindara Kenny doing a better job through first outer zone. Brian doing a good job applying that pressure as they make their way through the inside of the course. Now here we go, going through, whoa! Brian way inside, almost straightening out halfway through the second outside zone. Zindara doing a great job out front. Brian trying to apply that pressure. Both drivers making it out. Give it up for Brian Sturman and Zindara Kennedy.
The grip totally changed with this temperature. Way too gripped up. I fucked up.
It looks like we do have results. So word is from the judges. We have slide him left for Zindara Kennedy, slide him right for Brian Sturman. And it looks like it's unanimous. Zindara Kennedy will advance on, taking out Brian Sturman in today's top 64 competition.
Well, that didn't work out how we wanted. We gripped the car up all weekend. It was going good. Car's faster than it's ever been before. And we sat out there waiting for about an hour for the EMTs to handle the explosion that happened in the pits. And sun went down, temperature dropped, and we got warned of, you know, it's going to be real gripped up. But I just slingshot right into the grass when I transitioned and screwed myself. So it is what it is. It's a bummer, but it's the name of the game sometimes. All right, well, we're back home now. The rest of the weekend was a great time. All the battles were real intense, but obviously didn't work out how we wanted it to, but it's okay. We learned a lot about the car this weekend. I've never been able to really grip up my car like this, so I'm really glad to know that we can. It can only make us better from here on out. So I'll take that as a win. And also, the car's back in one piece. Nothing's broken, didn't crash. So that's always a plus as well. But like always, like and subscribe if you want to see more. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.